This conference will now be recorded.
So it's a categorical statement. Sarvesham yoganam eka karanam. One cause, single cause, sole cause is doshaha. To give more stress, Acharya Bhada uses eva and he. Eva and he gives the stress on that pradigna. Dosha eva hi. Roganam sarvesham roganam eka karanam. Now he is going to explain it. यथा पक्षी परिपतन् सर्वतः सर्वमप्यः छायामत्येति नात्मीयम्. यथा पक्षी परिपतन् सर्वतः सर्वम् अपि अहः छायाम् अत्येति न आत्मीयम्. He is giving some sort of an example, some sort of a metaphor. Like a bird which has got the liberty to fly around everywhere, still it cannot get rid of its shadow or shade. Bird can fly to any territories, any terrains, no issue. So at one time you may see the bird on a field. Maybe after some time you may find the bird flying over a forest. Some other time it may be over a river. Sometimes it may be over a desert. Wherever it has got the liberty to move around, fly around, but at no time it will escape from its own shadow. So chayam atyedi natmiyam, that is one metaphor used. Then yadha va kritsnamapyadah vikarajadam vividham trin gunan nadivartate. Another metaphor, yatha kritsnam api adaha vikarajadam vividham trin gunan na adivartate. This whole universe, which is supposed to be starting from that avyaktam or prakriti or whatever it is you call it, up to the tanmatra, akasha tanmatra, to not akasha tanmatra, actually shabda tanmatra, to gandha tanmatra. Then from that evolves the panja bhutas, panja mahabhutas. So up to prithvi. Then karyadravyas evolve out of panjikarana. So this entire universe is so diverse, and all of them, that stavara, jangama, or whatever you call it, there is quite a diverse. This universe cannot get rid of the three gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. This is another metaphor. And sattva, rajas, and tamas apparently or looks like conflicting with one another or paradoxical with one another. Still, they complement each other and ensure the proper manifestation of the universe. So he is giving two types of metaphorical examples. One, like a bird which has got the liberty to move everywhere, still which is not escaping even for a moment from its shadow. Similarly, the very diverse universe, which apparently is paradoxical or contradictory or conflictory between, still they are all made out of or never escape from the participation of trigunas. In the same way, he is explaining tadha swadhadu vaishamya nimittam abhi sarvada vigarajadam trin doshan. Tadha, like these two metaphors explained, swadhadu vaishamya nimittam abhi vigarajadam trin doshan sarvada na atyedi. Swadhadu vaishamya nimittam vikarajadam api sarvada trin doshan na atyedi. In the same way, this swadhadu vaishamya nimittam, the different vikarajadam, the spectrum of diseases, diverse types of diseases which are evolved out of swadhadu vaishamya nimittam. That swadhadu vaishamya nimittam is the reason for every disease is the vaishamyam of swadhadu. Every disease will have its own samprapti, which includes or incorporates the different vyadhi ghadakas. That vyadhi ghadakas are explained here as dhadu. So swadhadu vaishamyam nimittam. So for a disease, nimittam is swadhadu vaishamyam. So that diverse spectrum of diseases, all potential diseases, can or never get rid of the three doshas. So with that, such a strong metaphorical explanation, Vagbhada makes this a pradigya, a ekanda vachanam, a categorical statement that never think otherwise. Never think that there is another factor other than three doshas which can cause the manifestation of a disease. So this is a very crucial statement in Ayurveda, around which the entire explanation of samprapti is revolving. Dosha eva hi sarvesham yoganam eka karanam yatha pakshi paripadan sarvada sarvamapyah chayamatyedi natmiyam यथा वा कृत्स्नमप्यद विकारजातं विविधं गुणान्नादिवर्तते तथा स्वधातु वैषम्य निमित्तमपि सर्वदा विकारजातं त्रीन् दोषान्. Now the question or the anxiety, the jignasa is, okay, now we have come to a conclusion that doshas are the sole causative elements for every diseases. We have already seen at one point of time that these three doshas are causing the survival, the vritti karanam for the sharira, when they are sama. When they are vikrita, they cause damage, destruction, they perish. I mean, the body is perished when these doshas go out of their normalcy. So now there is a question, what makes these three doshas morbid or vikrita? So that jignasa is addressed here. Next line, tesham kope tu karanam arthairasatmi samyoga kala karma cha dushkritam. Tesham kope tu karanam arthairasatmi samyoga kala karma cha dushkritam. Tesham kope tu karanam. Tesham doshanam kope karanam. That is what we have to explore now. These three doshas, they run out of normalcy, out of their normal course, because of, by the influence of tesham kope tu karanam arthaihi asatmyaihi samyogaha. Asatmyaihi arthaihi samyogaha. Asatmyaihi arthaihi samyogaha. Here artha is indriyartha. Samyogaha samyogam. Asatmyam, he is giving some visheshanam for the artha. All arthas are not causing the dosha kopa. Asatmya indriyartha samyogam. Asatmya indriyartha samyogam. Of course, it is of 5 types. Then that is 1. Arthair asatmyaihi samyogaha. Kalaha. Kalaha. That is what we have seen earlier. Chaya prakopa prashama vayor grishma adishutrishu. We have seen it. Then karma cha dushkritam. Dushkritam karma. Dushkritam karma is the cause for dosha kopa. See, This is very, very essential, one which an Ayurvedic student, an Ayurvedic follower can never compromise with. See, you may not be seeing any medical science or system or knowledge where the entire aspects of life is covered, even to the subtlest level, so beautifully, all encompassingly, and exposes the life as a whole. So that is how I think we should understand Ayurveda as a holistic system, not just out of our eagerness to present it as a relevant one. It is to the core holistic. See, arthairasatmyai samyoga kala karma chadushkritam. So the diseases are caused by doshas. Doshas are vitiated by these three. Then further he is moving forward. How is it? Hina adi mithya yogena vidyate tat punastritha. Hina adi mithya yogena vidyate tad punastritha. Tad means these three things what we have explained. Asatmendriyartha samyogam, kalam, and dushkrita karmam. These three things vidyate can further be divided into tritha, three types. What are they? Hina, adi, mithya. So that samyoga is the important word here, or the key word here. Samyoga, which leads to diseases, can be of three types: hina yoga, adi yoga, and mithya yoga. Now we have to understand what do we mean by these swasapnyas. So we move forward. Hinoorthenendriyasyalpasamyoga swena naiva. Hinaha. In the same chronology he is explaining. That means Indriyartha Samyoga, Kala, and Karma. So first we take Asatmendriyartha Samyoga into consideration, of which we have to explain three types. First one is the Hina Yoga. Hinaha Arthena Indriyasya Alpaha Samyogaha Swena Na Eva Va. Saha Hina Samyogaha. That one is called Hina Samyoga. Which one? Swena Arthena Indriyasya Alpaha Samyogaha Na Samyogaha Eva Va. So, if one Indriya is having Alpa Samyoga with its Indriyartha, or Asamyoga with its Indriyartha, that situation is technically explained as Hina Yoga. Hina Yoga. Then next one, Adiyogo Odisamsarga. Adiyoga of a particular Indriya is Adisamsarga with its Indriyartha. Adiyogo Odisamsarga. Then third one is Mithya Yoga. Mithya Yoga. See how it is explained. Sukshma Bhasura Bhairavam Atyasanna Durastham Vipriyam Vigritadicha Yadakshna Vikshyate Rupam Mithya Yoga Sadaruna. Here Netrendriya is taken as an example. So he is giving the narration. What is that? Yadakshna, with which I, Yadakshna, Vikshyate Rupam, seeing the object, Rupa, Indriyartha. What sort of Rupa? Sukshma, Bhasura, Bhairava. Three types. Sukshmam, very small, micro, subtle. Bhasuram, Adidiptam. Bhairavam, disgusting, or Bhayankarodi, Bhayankaram. So, Sukshma, Bhasura, Bhairavam. Again, Atyasanna Rupam, which is very close. Adidurastha Rupam, which is far away. Vipriyam, one which we do not like. Vikritam, Vikritam is disgusting, which is causing some sort of a disgust. Vikritam. Then Adi, of that sort, Yadakshna Vikshyate, Saha Darunaha Mithyayogaha. Saha Darunaha. Darunam, because it is going to cause morbidity. That is Darunam Mithyayogaha. Darunaha Mithyayogaha. ഒരു ക്ലാസ് നടത്തുക ഒന്നാണ് ചോദിക്കുക ഒരു ക്ലാസ് എടുക്കുക sorry for the interruption. So evam, so he is explained the example of eye, netrendriya. Now the other indriyas are also to be taken into consideration. So he is explaining evam atyucha putyadin indriyarthan yadhayadham vidyad. Evam, in the same way, atyucha putyadin indriyarthan, atyucham, very loud, pudi is foul smelling. In the same way, all other indriyas should be understood in connection with their corresponding indriyarthas for this hina yoga, adi yoga and mithya yoga. So with that he is concluding asatmendriyartha samyogam. Now switches over to kalam. Let us see. Kalastu शीतोष्ण वर्षभेदाल त्रिधा मतः सहीनो हीनशीतादि अधियोगोदिलक्षण मिथ्यायोगस्तु निर्दिष्टो विपरीत स्वलक्षणः. कालः तु शीतोष्णवर्षाभेदाद् त्रिधा मतः. Again, this is a very important statement, not just in this context, but in general. Because, see, kalaha tu, kalaha, the concept of kalam is tridha mataha. Tridha is divided into three types. Generally, we all know that shadritugatvad kalasya. Kalam is divided into shadritu, 6 types of ritus. So, Shishirodha, Vasandascha, Grishma, Varsha, Sharad, Hima. This is a 6-fold classification of Kala. But here it is Tridha, 3-fold classification. What is the 3-fold? Shita, Ushna, Varsha. Not Shita, Ushna, Varsha. Shita, Ushna, Varsha, Bhedad. So, the different permutations and combinations that can manifest between Shita, Ushna and Varsha. That means Vrishti. This is the base of the 6-fold division of Kala. That means Shadrutugatva. So basically there are 3 things we are looking into: Shita, Ushna, Varsha. Shita, Ushna, Varsha. So with this concept we are going to explain the Hina, Adi, Mithya Yoga. That is the next line. Saha Hinaha. Saha Hinaha. What is Sahinaha? Hina Shitadi. Hina. Hina means what we have already seen, which is not up to the mark, which falls below the optimum level. So when Shita or Ushna or Vrishti falls below the optimal mark, below the expected normal, that is known as Sahinaha, Hinam. Then Adiyogo Adilakshanaha. Adiyogaha, Kalasya Adiyogaha Adilakshanaha. Shita, Ushna, Vrishti, when they fall above the so-called normal, above the expected optimum, that is known as Adiyoga. Adiyogo Adilakshanaha. Then third is Mithya Yoga. Mithya Yogastu Nirdishto Viparita Swalakshanaha. Swalakshana Viparitaha Mithya Yogaha. Swalakshana Viparitaha. When you have Varsha, when you expect Ushna, that is Mithya Yoga. When you have Ushna, when you expect Shaitya, that is Mithya Yoga. So it is a perverted presentation. Mithya Yoga is a perverted presentation. So these three things, that means Indriyartha Samyoga, Kala, Karma, of which two we have already covered. Regarding this concept of Kala, we have to have a finer understanding, especially in the present context of diverse presentation of new diseases. The entire world is looking forward the drastic changes that can manifest as a result of climate changes. So the global climate is facing some sort of a potential Mithya Yoga. Climate change is a Mithya Yoga. The both Hina and Ati can be included in the term of Mithya Yoga, because basically they are also away from the normal, some sort of a perverted presentation from the normal. So in general, when we say Mithya Yoga, it can be considered as accommodating Hina Yoga as well as Adi Yoga. So the Hina Yoga of Kala, the Ayurvedic understanding of Hina Yoga of Kala, is going to be very crucial in the understanding of the disease possibilities in the days to come. I hope Ayurvedic people have got some sort of an edge over other systems in this regard, because the tools used in deciphering this sort of disease possibilities give us the strength of some sort of a predictive skill. What is going to happen if the trend of the present climate change continues to go or move forward? These possibilities, just by assessing the potential dosha kopa that can happen when the monsoons are delayed, when there is overflooding, when there is drought, we can foresee what sort of a dosha vikalpa can happen during that particular ritu, and we can predict what is expected. Say for example, right now I am sitting in Kerala on the 14th day of April 2020. This is somewhat a peak summer in Kerala. By the first week of June, we are anticipating our monsoons. That means just another 45 days away. But generally, there is a trend that the monsoon need not be samyag. Either it can come, for the last couple of years, it was coming couple of weeks earlier, whereas it used to get delayed for a couple of weeks in the years before that. So in both these possibilities, I should be able to predict what is going to happen in Kerala in terms of health issues. What sort of epidemics we can expect if the rain comes earlier? What will happen if the rain gets delayed for a couple of weeks further to the mid-June? So all these things can be predicted if you have got a finer understanding of this Kala Vikalpas, the Mithya Yoga of the Ushna, Shida, Vrishti Bheda. Good. Now we will switch over to the third factor, that means Dushkrita Karma. So first he is introducing what karma is. Let us see. Kayavak chitta bhedena karma abhi vibhajet trutha. Kayavak chitta bhedena karma abhi vibhajel trutha. Karma abhi trudha vibhajet. We divided Kala into three. Karma abhi may be divided into three. What is that? Kaya, Vak, Chitta Bhedena. Kayika karma, Vachika karma, Manasa karma, Chitta karma. So like that we can divide the karma into three. Now of all these three, he is explaining the Hina, adi mithya yoga. Let us see. Kayadi karmano hina pravrittir hina sapnyakaha. If these three faculties, kaya, vak, chitta, is underperforming when compared with a normal and optimum, when the system is underperforming, hina pravrittihi is known as hina sapnyakaha. Hina pravrittihi is known as hina yogaha. Adiyogo adivrittistu. Adiyogaha adivrittihi. Adipravritti of karma of kaya, vak and chitta is known as adiyogaha. Now mithya yogaha. Vegodhiranadharanam vishamanga kriyarambha padanaskhalanadikam bhashanam sami bhuktasya ragadvesha bhayadicha karma pranadipadadi dashadhayacha nindidam mithya yogaha samasto savihavamutrava kritam. We will see what is explained. Vegodhirana Dharanam, everybody knows we have a beautiful chapter called Roganulpadniyam, or maybe Navegan Dharaniyam, or whatever it is in different textbooks. So beautiful text explanation of Vegodhirana Dharana causing vikaras or rogas. And then Vishamanga Kriyarambha Padanaskhalanadikam. Vishamanga Kriyarambha. Kriyarambha. Kriyarambham, arambham of a kriya, cheshta. Vishamaihi, dusthidangaihi, cheshtaya arambha. By putting or placing the body, organs, parts, avayava in faulty positions or improper positions, if you start doing something, in the Nidana Sthana or in the Uttara Sthana, you will find many diseases as causing by this Vishamanga Kriyarambham. Hemadri explains it to such a way, whereas Arunadatta, you will find that this Vishama is connected to every word in the rest of the line. Vishamanga Kriyarambha, Vishamanga, Vishama Kriya, Vishamarambha, Vishama Padana, Vishama Skhalana, Adi, etc. But I think to me, Hemadri looks more sensible in this context. Anyway, Vishamanga Kriyarambham, Patanam, false, Skhalanam, it is something, some sort of, which is very near to fall, but it is something like a strain or a twist or something of that sort. Then Adigam, of whatever you can add into this. Then Bhashanam Sami Bhuktasya Bhashanam, engaging in a conversation halfway through a meal, Sami Bhuktasya Bhashanam, leaving the attention to the eating aside. So that is Sami Bhuktasya Bhashanam. Ragadvesha Bhayadi, Manasa Aganduja Bhavas, Ragadvesha Bhayadi. Then Pranadipadam means himsa. Yad nindidam karma udahridam. Pranadipadadi dashadha. We have seen it earlier. Himsaste anyadha kama paishunya parushanrute sambhinnalaba vyabadam abhidya drigviparyayam pabam karmedi dashadha kayavang manasaistyajed. So those dashavidha papa karmas, they are coming under this list. What is the list? Asau, all these things, samastaha, all these things are coming under mithya yoga. And this mithya yoga pravritti need not be done in this life. It can be done in the previous life as well. Some mysterious part plays there, because we have to find explanations for many diseases which are otherwise not elicitable. So, iha amutravakritam asau samastaha mithya yogaha. So all these things are Mithya Yoga of Karma. So with this, we have explained this Kalam, Artham and Karma, how they cause Dosha Kopa. So this is a very beautiful explanation, Tomorrow onwards, when the students start seeing their patients, when they go for their clinical training, and when they look for the Roga Pariksha as well as Rogi Pariksha, all these points should be kept in mind. It is not just like following the Hutchison's clinical methods. It is far, far above the concepts shared in the Hutchison's clinical methods. It is nowhere there. We are much, much above, or we are much, much deep. So please give keen attention to the concepts, what is explained here. Now, one more point I would like to add here. We are seeing two things. Number one, dosha eva hi sarvesham roganam eka karana. Then, what makes the doshas morbid? Another set of karanam. So we are coming, or we are dealing with two sets of karana here. Number one, tridosha. Number two, kalartha karmanam mithya yoga. So these two yogas are to be understood in two different contexts. Actually, there are three sets of nidanas or karanas. Number one is known as samavayi karanam. Number two is asamavayi karanam. And number three is nimitta karanam. As far as roga is concerned, dosha is the samavayi karana. And dosha dushti, dosha vaishamyam is known as the asamavayi karanam. And kalartha karmanam yogo hina mithyadi matrakaha, that is known as nimitta karanam. This is clinically significant. How? That I will explain. See, for a disease, we have to understand two sets of nidanas precisely. Number one is andaranga hedu, and number two is bahiranga hedu. Here we come across two words, andaha and bahi. This andaha and bahi is in relation to the sharira. So sharira andaha, sharira bahyaha. Andaha and bahi. Andaranga hedu is dosha and dosha vaishamya. Bahiranga hedu is the nimitta karana. So bahiranga hedu, that is the nimitta karana, causes disturbance in dosha. Dosha is the samavayi karana. Disturbance is the dosha vaishamya. So bahiranga hedu causes the vaishamya of the andaranga hedu. This andaranga hedu is explained as samprapti. Andaranga hedu is explained as samprapti. The interesting thing is, we all know that rogamadau pariksheda tadanandaram aushadham. So the first step is to go for a roga pariksha. Rogam nidana pragrupa lakshanopashayaptibhihi. Rogam nidana pragrupa lakshanopashayaptibhihi. So while explaining or examining roga, we are looking for, the first thing is to look for the nidana. So the question is, nidana of what? Answer is apparently simple, nidana of roga. So what do you mean when you say nidana of roga? Answer is nidana of dosha vaishamya. So when you say dosha vaishamya, how do you connect dosha vaishamya with roga? That is the next question. Dosha vaishamya is the Antaranga Hedu for the Roga. Dosha Vaishamya is the Antaranga Hedu for the Roga. Can you explain this concept of Antaranga Hedu? Yes, I can. How is it? Doshas were stable on a platform of normalcy, Samya Avastha. Under the influence of Bahiranga Hedus, Nimitta Karanas, these doshas went through the stages of Chaya, further proceeding to Kopa. And we have seen a sequence of Lakshanas. Pradvesho Vruthihedushu, Viparida Gunecha, Linganam Darshanam Swesham, Aswasthyam, Ryoga Sambhava. Please connect it with what we have learned the other day. Pradvesho Vruthihedushu, Viparida Gunecha, Linganam Darshanam Swesham, Aswasthyam, Ryoga Sambhava. So explaining this process, that means how Bahiranga Nidanas influenced doshas and how the entire show was progressed within the system, ultimately ending up in the manifestation of Roga. That process is known as Samprapti. The entire aim of Roga Pariksha is to understand what the Samprapti is. But interestingly, when you go through the Panchalakshana Nidana, you can ask the patient, you can grill the patient to understand what the Nidana could be. He may lie, he may conceal many things. Nobody wants to put the blame on themselves. So he may conceal, but still with a very sharp interrogation, you can elicit what the Nidana is. Rogi tells us what the Purva Rupas were. Rogi tells us what the Rupas are, for what complaints he has come to us. Rogi will tell us what are the Upashaya factors. So out of the Panchalakshana Nidanas, Nidana Rogi will